February 23, 2026. My name is Fadin. We are presenting, and these are our top stories. Police restores calm at Phoebe Hospital following days of protests by health workers. Youth and Sports Minister Cornelia Krab promises rather robust reforms that empower young people across Liberia. Liberia Revenue Authority announces 43.9 million United States dollars in domestic revenue as of February 2026, and away from Liberia or Tunisian court orders the release of prominent lawyer and fierce critic Ahmad Suad. Also coming up is an Elbc News commentary titled "The Dice is Cast." The first consignment of government's yellow machines arrived in the country. We also have sports, the weather report, the news in Liberian English and French, but first, the news bulletin and good style.
President Joseph Boakai has honored two senior members of the Diplomatic Consular Corps for their distinguished service and contributions towards Liberia's development. They are ECOWAS Ambassador to Liberia, Josephine Nkrumah, and the UN Women Country Representative Comfort Ilamte. An executive mention release said the two diplomats whose assignments are expected to end this year in Liberia were honored during a special New Year's reception held over the weekend in Monrovia. At the ceremony hosted in honor of Liberia's diplomatic community, President Boakai expressed deep appreciation to diplomats for the sustained partnership, dedication, and support to Liberia's peace, governance, and development agenda. The release said President Boakai emphasized the importance of international partners and enduring service, friendship, and contributions, which he believes have strengthened Liberia's engagement with the rest of the world. In the release, the Liberian leader reaffirmed government's commitment to advancing national progress and prosperity through strong partnership with international community, organizations, and diplomatic missions. The Ministry of Agriculture is working with private partners to begin processing locally grown rice into finished products for consumption in Roland County. The initiative follows the arrival of newly acquired heavy-duty rice processing machine now being operated by Agriculture Ministry, a partner to I beg your pardon, that's Agricultural Liberia, a partner to the ministry. On Monday, our correspondent visited the ministry's upper office where the scale processing of the country rice was processed. Our correspondent quotes MOA Maryland County Officer Peter Clark saying the project is intended to boost local production, reduce reliance on imported rice, and create economic opportunities for rural farmers. The Liberian National Police has intervened following a protest by nurses and support staff at the Phoebe Hospital in Bon County, successfully restoring calm. The protest, which stemmed from concerns raised by grieved health workers, prompted immediate engagement by the LMP to maintain public order and prevent any disruption to the hospital services and community safety. The Director General of the Civil Service Agency, CSA, is engaged in constructive discussions with the workers aimed at reaching an amicable resolution to their grievances. According to the LMP, it remained committed to safeguarding lives and property while encouraging peaceful dialogue as the appropriate means of addressing concerns. Meanwhile, calm has been fully restored and normal activities are resumed at the Phoebe Hospital. Former Youth and Sport Minister Councillor Paul Bangaloo has outlined slow pace of budget allotment, poor salary structure, severe infrastructure deficit nationwide as challenges facing the ministry and other government entities. Councillor Bangaloo said the need for stronger public-private partnership is needed to help government in addressing the many challenges confronting the nation. Speaking Monday when he formally turned over to the new Youth and Sports Minister, Councillor Bangaloo said despite the many constraints, he, through the aid of his deputies, recorded some achievements in 2 years. He said the ministry initiated institutional reforms and governance which saw the launch of a 5-year strategic plan and the development of a draft bill to repeal PRC Decree 35 to reposition the ministry in line with contemporary global youth and sports governance. Councillor Bangalore told the new minister that he had initiated plans to construct a modern headquarters for the youth and sports ministry to give the ministry dignity and independence. He at the same time called on his successor to prioritize ensuring the Tibet Commission Act is signed by the president, begin the construction of a permanent home for the ministry and strengthen public-private partnership for sustainable development. Meanwhile, the new youth and sports minister, Anthony Familia Kura, says her administration will champion several reforms to improve the working conditions at the ministry. Minister Kura, speaking Monday when she formally took over, said her appointment as the youngest minister at the ministry has risen expectations to the skies. Minister Kura said to achieve the success, employees will have to double their efforts in executing their respective duties. She emphasized that she has not come to the ministry to make friends, but to deliver achievable that will move the ministry and country forward. The youth and sports minister encouraged the employees to work harder while she works in convincing government to increase salaries. Minister Kura said it's unfortunate that the sector of government which caters to young people is underfunded and struggles for allocation. She praised her predecessor, pledged to work in completing the good works he started. The Liberia Revenue Authority says it has collected more than 43.9 million United States dollars in domestic revenue this February. LRA's communications manager, Kaine Single, also noted that the entity collected 78 million United States dollars in January. Mr. Singles told the Superman Show Monday that the LRA is making steady progress to achieve the country's 1.2 billion United States dollars budget.
If you call for vigilance, you call for stronger impost and front to growth revenue leakages, it also start to prepare for ongoing digital transformation of the authority, about from service tax to the value tax that is coming.
He assured the public of the LRA's commitment to disciplined and lawful collection of revenue to support national government's development drive. Meanwhile, Mr. Single says the amount collected by the LRA for January and February are unconsolidated and goodwill. Liberia Revenue Authority Deputy Commissioner for Administrative Affairs Samuel Bennett has ended a tour of Western Liberia. The tour was intended to enhance stronger enforcement and close loopholes in raising domestic revenue in the country. In an interview on the Superman Show Monday, LRA Commissioner Manager Kenny Single said Commissioner Bennett called on customs and tax business officers to increase surveillance at various entry points to ensure LRA achieves its targets. Mr. Single stated that LRA team gathered first-hand information on challenges faced by customs and tax officers in the counties. Meanwhile, the LRA Deputy Commissioner for Administrative Affairs has committed the entity to robust tax mobilization to advance Liberia's infrastructure law. The Ministry of Mines and Energy has launched efforts to bridge the gaps in mineral governance ahead of the planned National Mining Conference this year. Deputy Mines and Energy Minister for Operations William Hines stressed that Liberia's non-renewable resources must be converted into lasting infrastructure and national development. He was speaking during a one-day pilot stakeholders dialogue held in Atherton, rural Montserrat County. Minister Hines said the dialogue brought together local authorities, civil society actors, and development partners to address concerns surrounding mineral rights, land rights, environmental compliance, and community responsibilities. Meanwhile, Montserrat Superintendent Robert Bryant called for people-centered mining policies, emphasizing that sustainable mining depends on strong collaboration between companies and host communities. Liberia's Auditor General Gaswa Jackson has participated in a high-level global anti-corruption summit in Peru. Mr. Jackson led a high-level discussion centered on the theme from traditional control to intelligent control, data, and technology in the fight against transactional corruption. According to a statement from the General Auditing Commission, the Auditor General highlighted the country's experience in applying technology and data analytics to strengthen public sector audits. Mr. Jackson's presentation outlined how digital tools and advanced data analysis techniques have enhanced transparency and strengthened oversight of public financial management processes in Liberia. The Auditor General also served as an expert panelist at the invitation of Peru's Auditor General Cesar Enrique Aguilar Centurakri during a high-level session examining the role of data and technology in combating transactional corruption. Representatives of 27 former timber companies in Liberia have reacted to recent street protests at the finance ministry claiming by some individuals claiming to be former workers of the companies. At the news conference Monday, the former timber workers condemned the action, describing it as illegal. Reading a statement from the former timber workers, the chairman of the technical committee, Jesse Blaine, said that no legitimate former timber worker who appreciates the effort of government in paying their benefit will take to the streets. He noted that the group sees the action as being politically motivated, only intended to undermine the true intent of the government for the payment of their benefits, which has been stored for the past 20 years. Mr. Blaine added that the former timber workers and partners distanced themselves from the February 16 street protest and called for former workers to remain law-abiding while they constructively engage authorities of the finance ministry. Deputy Public Works Minister for Technical Services, Prince Tamba, says the arrival of the 137 yellow machines is a major step towards government's infrastructure development. Minister Prince Tamba said the machines will create jobs and connect new roads across the country. He said of the 285 machines, all other counties will receive 16 pieces, except for Grand Bassa. Lofa Nimba Bon counties will receive 38 each. The Deputy Public Works Minister was speaking Monday on the Superman Show. And traditional chiefs and elders in Nimba County are calling on the legislature to enact a law granting them authority to prosecute individuals accused of engaging in witchcraft activities. According to the local leaders, such legislation will help curb the alleged practice and improve safety, particularly in rural communities where fear and tension remain high. Blame Non-Administrative District Commissioner Daiwei Kone said a legal framework is necessary to ease growing concerns among rural residents. Commissioner Kone points to areas including Fadin where he claims some individuals have publicly confessed to allegedly taking the lives of people through witchcraft. He is urging swift legislative action to empower traditional authorities to address what he describes as an alarming and troubling situation.
Chris Sauer on the news bulletin, one of the top stories. Police restores camp at Phoebe Hospital following days of protests by health workers. The collection for Liberia's 1.2 billion United States dollars budget seems to be progressing well. Currently, the Liberian Revenue Authority